What's up, guys? It's the Minted Caliber here, chilling with S13 the Beast. And S13 Tarot, aka Tarot Storm on YouTube. She is tired, so she's going to be an angry little today. But me and Beast, we got new RDAs Friday. We were going to make a video. It was a long process. We had a lot of shit to do. So yeah. But what RDA did you get?
The Digi Flavor Mesh Pro.
Nice. And I actually got the competitor to DigiFlavor, which is Vandy Vape, and I got the Mesh RDA. It's pretty funny because Beast got a Mesh and I got a Mesh. I thought that was quite interesting. So, I'm going to let Beast talk about his first, and then I'll talk about mine because mine's actually, I put mine back in the package.
Oh, nice. Well, I took mine out for the video because packaging it came in. The top of it looks like this. Has a nice viewing window that you can see me through. But you can see the RDA. It's nice. Back of it, the actual box got the contents, kind of like the capabilities or whatever. It comes with the foam, and this slot right here was actually like a regular. Is that a 510?
Mm-hmm.
What they call it? Yeah, 510 drip. And came with this. And
No, wait, let me see that drip tip again.
It's right there. It's a slot.
Nah, I don't know if that's, I think that's just a little chuff cap type thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Either or.
Yeah, I don't quote me on it. I don't have the actual product in hand, so I can't tell you if it is or isn't.
It's a tip I'm not going to use anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Then it comes with the little envelope that has the Digi Flavor written in silver, which I think is actually a nice little touch.
Yeah, that is a nice little touch.
I like it. It makes it look
nice. It's fancy.
It's fancy. Then you have your little card that kind of shows the different colors you can get. Which I really wish they had the blue. That's the one I had, but
I honestly think Beast would have got, if they had gold, he probably would have gotten that.
Oh yeah, I would have definitely got gold. Like my gold stuff, gold or black. I mean, that's my go-to colors. And it comes with obviously your O-rings and your little adjusting pins for like your thing. And then it comes also with some mesh.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah, this one has came with like pretty much Canthol, steel, and
Nichrome.
Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much unboxing going on there. So I'll let him go ahead and show what his is like.
All right, so this is what the box looks like. You've already seen it. It's nice. One thing I do like about the back is it gives you a little diagram of what you can actually do with this. So you can do single coil, dual coil, mesh, and then it shows like the insides and how the clamp system works. We'll take a look at that here in a second, the actual deck itself. So, popping it out will reveal the RDA itself. So we're going to pop this out. So take a look at this real quick. Something flew out at me. I bet you that was a 510 drip tip adapter. But here's what the RDA looks like. It's really nice. I love the gold finish on it. Gold looks really nice. Beast actually wanted this RDA. He wanted to buy this one. They didn't have this one, so he settled for the other. Yeah. So we're just going to throw this guy on top of my Sigeli Chaos Z. Freaking love this box mod. Definitely love it. It's been my daily driver for, a week now?
Yeah.
So, in here you got a little dock tip. I figured out what this is for. It's, I think, another drip tip. I don't see any other use for it other than a drip tip. That's what I've been using it as, is a little super short, stubby drip tip. So in here, you will find your extra goodies in your goodie bag. You get extra O-rings, extra screws for the actual clamps itself. You do get a squonk pin. That's actually installed because you can ask Beast. The night I got it, I lost my regular pin.
Yep.
So I've been keeping the squonk pin in there because I've been doing a lot of crazy builds with this, and just trying different stuff. So, and then on the bottom, you have your user. You have a piece of foam right here, and this is the one thing I like. They actually include foam. With Beast, it's like a cardboard layered type.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That is one bad thing about the packaging. It is. I like the foam idea better, but this right here, it works as it keeps it from rattling around the box.
Yeah.
It's really stiff, so it's really hard to get the
Get a pretty
RDA.
thick user manual. Actually, that's pretty thick.
Yeah, I like to have.
But it's got different languages in it, so you do get mesh with the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA. So you get nichrome 80, stainless steel. I knew I was missing one. I forgot it in the box. And then you get A1 Canthol, which is what I'm more familiar with. I'm not really familiar with 316 stainless steel or nichrome, but to each their own. Beast has actually been building with nichrome wire.
Yeah, which is actually really nice. I actually got a nichrome coil in this in the RDA right now. Just a single coil. Uh, Reads about 0.14. It's 5 wraps. Around
Yeah.
bit. Pretty nice.
All right, so taking a look at my build. Excuse my build. I'm using dark juice over here, so it's gonna look a little grimy. The build I have in here is it's a 20 gauge build actually, 20 gauge Canthol. 6 wraps around a big ass fucking screwdriver
Yeah. Okay.
wrapped around this. This is decent size. I'm wanting to say it's a macro coil. I think that's what they're called.
Oh.
But the vapor production with a single coil on this RDA is amazing, and Beast can clarify on that one.
It's true.
All right, 74 watts. A little bit of dry hit. So we're gonna get some juicer on her. All right. It just keeps coming and coming. It's a damn good RDA. The airflow, I love it. And the surprising thing is, wide open airflow works perfect with a single coil. All right, Beast. Now talk about yours.
Okay. Yeah. I like the build deck. This one's not really that. I mean, it has the capability of being squonked, which I do like. Has squonk in it right now. Which I'm gonna change it out and put the regular 510 pin in there. But that's pretty high up. But that's also because this thing has a heck of a freaking juice wells. I mean, it goes all the way deep within there, all the way to the base, which does give you a lot of cotton. And for what it's intended for, I guess that's kind of to be expected. I mean, it's supposed to be for mesh. So we'll get into talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, it's a decent little airflows. Just these little micro holes all over the place.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
I never really been a big slot fan, but I'm starting to become more of a slot fan. I've always liked the air holes, like the air holes on my temple. It's fucking like there's a lot of them. Like look at this shit, air holes on the temple. So I like the air holes, nice wide open, are pretty good. But I'm starting to like I think what my problem was is I didn't really care for the air slot system on the twisted messes. And I think that's what my problem was, is I didn't like the airflow on that. But this, can you hear that? Nice wide open swooshy airflow, and it's not even hard to draw. So, but price range. Are Are you going to be able to get it at an affordable price? Well, I know the Vandivape Mesh RDA. I picked this up for $35. So it's a very affordable RDA.
This was around the same price, 35.
35? Yeah. But here's the build deck. It doesn't have much of a juice well, but it's so easy to build on. Like, you can ask Beast. I actually, before I went to this build right here, I actually had a dual coil build. And you can ask Beast, I've gotten so used to this deck already that my coils were perfectly even. Like, they were perfectly spaced apart, but they were also perfectly even, like, height-wise. So one wasn't higher than the other. It was straight across. And I'm like, I'm getting used to this postless design. I think, confidently, I can, if I decide to, I could build on a Dead Rabbit. Dead Rabbit has a fucking build deck of his own. But, you want to talk on anything, Beast? Or you got a pin in your mouth?
I got a fin on it. Sorry about that.
Oh, quick news. Beast's first Pulse mod had a little issue. Would you like to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Actually, bringing up the Dead Rabbit, I guess that kind of comes in. I had and I'm not knocking the Dead Rabbit in any means. I absolutely love the Dead Rabbit. Demented Caliber will tell you. So I was actually trying to, it actually came with a squonk pen, but unfortunately the squonk pen that came from the factory this way didn't have the hole all the way through. It's like they were trying to put the hole and it just put like an indentation where the hole actually started, but the hole was at the other end though. So I just think it was like a manufacturer issue. So I just so happened to have a squonk pen from the actual Mesh Pro. So I was like, I'm going to put that on there and see, because I was going to transfer, because I wanted to make this one right here anyway into a regular drip, basically just a regular dripper. So I sillily put that on there. It was a little bit too much for the squonk pin because it was actually went against the base. So I had to back it off a little bit so that it would allow the juice to actually shoot up into the wells. Well, popped it in there. It made the battery overwork itself because it must have arced or something like that, and caused on here, as you can see, caused my safety switch to melt. The front filaments off where the connector is, and on the back. I don't know if you can see the back one, but it completely melted the connecting connector that connects to the actual back strap plate, and the things shot. So luckily, I will say this, that I'm glad that it did that instead of blow up or vent in my face. So I went out and actually bought another one.
Which I like the green looked nice, but I like the red a lot better.
How I look at it is I got spare parts, right? I didn't get my face melted off, so that's always good. And I also got some doors and all that stuff, so I got like basically.
And then you can turn your other Pulse RDA into a regular dripper as well.
Yep. Exactly. That's actually what I'm doing on this one because I got a nice build, but it's a little much for a single battery.
Yeah, he would need to fire it on something that can go up to 100 watts.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got me over here like being his little coil guide.
Hey, you're knowledgeable, might as well use it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have somebody here who's knowledgeable, use them. Don't use them, but use their knowledge.
Right.
Use your friend's knowledge, don't use your friends. Alright, but I think we should go ahead and dive down into the mesh.
Yes.
Alright, so I do believe that mesh is for some people. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are avid mesh users who love the mesh everything. I've had bad luck with it. I went through like he tried it once. He kept getting burn hits, and I figured, well, it was probably a wicking issue, which it was a wicking issue. But the problem I have with mesh is it gets too hot. And I was looking at the e-cigarette forum, and I seen a guy who made a very valid point. The concept is nice, but you think with all that cotton, the center is going to stay saturated while the outside is dry, and you're just wasting juice.
Yep.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah, because you have to put literally a big wad of cotton in there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. And I think, that just, you can't, I mean, like, you can saturate the crap out of it and get, maybe a hit, and then by the time you take that hit, it burned it basically dried out the outside. Yeah, the bottom and, the internal, the inside of it could still have juice in it, but the outside, because of the surface diameter of the mesh, has already dried that section out. So then you're just having to, I don't know, you can't really get a couple good hits in. By the time that you're already, kind of doing a nice little groove, you're already getting burn hits.
Yeah. And I think because I know a lot of people, a lot of companies or a lot of people used to use mesh for wicking, believe it or not, as a wicking material, which is not that bad of an idea.
Right.
But I think mesh is just it's too thin and it ramps up really quick. And that's what I like about it. That's one of the things that I like about mesh. Is it ramps up really quick, especially on the stainless steel and the Nichrome 80.
Mm-hmm.
Ramps up no problem. But the fact that it ramps up too high or too fast and gets too hot, that's a problem. I've actually caught cotton on fire because of the mesh getting too hot.
3 times, wasn't it?
Yeah, third time I freaked the fuck out. It startled the fuck out of me. The fucking mod fell on my hand. And I got a fucking 2nd degree burn from that shit. Which I'm not saying that it's the mesh's fault. It is my fault because I get freaked out pretty easily. I get spooked. I jump. But the mesh is a great concept, but it's kind of dangerous at the same time. And I've even tried mesh on a fucking unregulated. You can hang that shit up.
I'm gonna go grab my mod while you talk about that experience real quick, so we can.
Yeah. So I mean, the mesh. If you're having good experience with mesh, by all means use it. It's cheap, and I like the fact that it is cheap. I bought a $6 roll of Nichrome 80 mesh, which I may try and experiment with more techniques. But as far as right now, I'm just gonna stick to regular Kanthal builds. Maybe if I can get my hands on some 24 gauge Nichrome or 22 gauge Nichrome, then maybe I'll experiment with that. But as this point goes, for regulateds and my unregulated, I'm just gonna do basic round wire, and that's it. Just because it's much easier to work with. Using mesh is easy. Installing it's easy. It typically glows from the inside out, which is also good right off the bat, but it just heats up way too quick and way too hot. So yeah, let's just wait for La Beast mode to get back. Is there any inputs you would like to put in on this, babe?
Just that I never want to play with mesh.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I could show you the damage.
Yeah.
I actually popped my blister, believe it or not.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, see? Look at that shit.
Well, it probably feels a lot better now.
Well, actually, it didn't hurt that bad today.
That's good.
Yeah, so. But now, would you like to give your thoughts on the mesh?
Anyway.
find my predator, so I'm gonna have to go with the old beat up looking alien.
Yeah, I had good memories with my alien. My alien actually shit the bed, so stop reading atomizers. Then again, so did my Kanger Tech. What the fuck? But so far, I'm digging this Ageli Chaos Z. I've had my T-Pro for quite some time now as well, and I've had good issues. What the fuck? I've had good experience with the T-Priv. I mean, I have some paint wearing off, but that was from where I dropped it. So yeah, but other than that, if you look, the paint is completely untouched around the mod. So I think Beast, any future mods you're planning on getting?
Uh, well, I mean, if I get regulated, I want to get some. Well, if okay, there's a couple that I do want. Like, I definitely want to get that mag for regulated because that just looks cool as not.
Oh yeah.
But if and I also want to get some regulated squonks too.
Yeah, and I think
Like,
you are eyeballing this as well.
oh yeah, that too definitely. I like that. So I mean,
I'm probably not going to get any mods for a very long ass time because I have enough as it is.
nice.
I'm eyeballing the Smock Mag kit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
actually, I am eyeballing that because it does look nice. But that'll have to wait because I've spent a shit. I spent like over $400 this month.
Yeah, I'm catching up to you there, buddy, on that one. I spent way too much this freaking.
No, not close to 400. Close to like 100. Well, this would be 115. This was 85. No, I got this last year. Still, the fact of the matter is I spent too much money. But give your opinion and thoughts on the mesh.
Uh, not bad. As of right now, I'm actually vaping on it.
No, I mean the mesh wire.
Oh, mesh wire. Oh well. Uh, I think it's cool. That I mean, like it's easy to build with. I guess. I don't like the experience. I guess is what is my problem with it. It's not my style. I'm a big. He's got me really big into squonking, and I kind of took with that, and I'm kind of running with it really good, and I really like it. So I can't squonk on it very well because it just takes too much. It doesn't fill the on this one especially. I think maybe if I had like maybe his, it might be a little bit better. I don't know, but this one has really deep wells, but it has a if you have the mesh in there like that, it has a really long way to travel up the wick. So I mean, it's better as a. It would just be better just a regular drip. So that's what I just kind of did with it anyway. So as that, I don't think it's that bad for vaping, but the mesh, the juice consumption kind of bothers me. But this is all just preference for me. So I mean, like that's just my takeaway from it. I mean, some people might find it to be a really great experience, and I'm not knocking. I'm not going to.
So I do want to point out one thing. Like when the mesh was actually working right, when I actually did not get burnt or dry hits, flavor was fantastic.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah, that's. I mean, I wish I'm going to try it again eventually because I'm not going to totally knock it because let's be honest. I mean, a lot of the fun things about vaping is to build now at this point. So I mean, like,
yeah,
you want to tinker with
Which,
the RDA. So
because I know it's going to drive me nuts, I am going to have to end up finding that pin before I go to bed. And I got to find the damn 510 drip tip adapter as well. I'm just losing shit. But no, I would rate. I can't really rate it right now because this is just an overview. But I'd say it's a pretty good starter. especially the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA. I think it doesn't have much of a juice well, but it has a really easy building platform. And it looks really well. It actually looks a lot better with single coils than dual coils.
I can see that. Yeah.
And I mean, you can put some pretty meaty coils in there.
If you want to see mine, it's kind of the similar deck, kind of. The only thing that's different, it doesn't have the clamp style.
Yeah.
But the deck is basically the same. Kind of give it like a, which is the pulse. The pulse kind of has the same deck. I'll put that on here real quick. I'll show you what a dual coil setup kind of looks like. Would be kind of similar to. Got to give you an idea. Again, the you can't see the slots anyway, but the slots would be where obviously the.
Those are some really beautiful coils, Beast.
I know, right? I'm actually really proud of them. Like I actually built it, and I ran in to show my wife. I really did. I was like, babe, I actually built these, and she was all happy about it. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah. So
Let's see how they vape.
I do want. Let me I gotta change. Let me change out the pen real quick on this one, and then we'll put it on there. And we'll fire it up.
Because I'm pretty sure that nichrome, because it's a low resistant metal as it stands, even with, hopefully it fires. I gotta include this in the video because this is like a big moment for Beast. This is his first big set of coils.
It is, and I'm really excited now. Just gotta get it out of this little, my big fingers in this package here. Apologies. It was just user error. I was unscrewing it enough. I was like, why is this not coming out yet? But I got it the other way.
I don't care if this video is. I don't care if this video is really long. I'm going fishing tomorrow, anyways.
Okay.
I'm excited for Beast.
There, and we'll juice her up. Might be better than I think. What should I start her off on?
I would say 100. Just see if. Well, see what the resistance is first.
1.11.
Okay, yeah, it should fire. Your batteries will definitely drain a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Most mods are most mods nowadays are stable down to 0.1. Damn. All right. You need to take it up some more.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I'd say, what are you at, 100?
Yep.
Take it up to 115. Just a little bit more.
It could push a little bit more. It's kind of. I don't want to push it up too much. I'm kind of afraid of it.
125. And that should be around where you want to be with that build anyways. What's your hit setting set to?
N normal.
Set it to hard.
Okay, hard.
Like that?
Oh yeah, that was nice. Leave it again.
Yeah. I think this is the first time you've actually broke over 100 watts.
Yeah, it is.
You have the right build, the right atomizer, right airflow. There you go. Some really beautiful coils, though.
Thank you. Actually, it means a lot coming from you.
I've built some pretty beautiful coils as well in 9 wraps. But I think that pretty much concludes it for this video. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Beast Mode. He is _S13_ the Beast. Don't forget to subscribe to Tarot Storm. That is her name on YouTube. Anyways, peace.